Do you feel like no matter how much you do, it's never enough to truly prosper? What if I told you the real obstacle isn't your finances but an invisible battle taking place while you sleep? This spiritual warfare might be holding back your prosperity, but once you understand how to overcome it, your life can change completely. Curious to know how? Stay with me until the end. Financial prosperity is a legitimate desire for many. But what happens when you give your all and still feel like you're running in circles? For the chosen, the journey toward abundance can be filled with hidden challenges. Surprisingly, these challenges aren't always mere human circumstances. They could be signs of an invisible spiritual battle trying to block your blessings. This video dives deeper than appearances, showing that financial struggles are not signs of failure or abandonment by God. Instead, they are part of a necessary process that shapes your character and strengthens your faith. We'll explore how these invisible battles attempt to divert you from your purpose, and what steps you can take to break through these spiritual barriers. Together, we will see how these struggles serve as spiritual preparation, equipping you to manage the abundance already reserved for you with wisdom and integrity. Do you feel that prosperity is always out of reach, as if every step forward is followed by 2 steps back? So this video is for you. Get ready to understand that what looks like a season of lack is actually divine training ground. By the end of this journey, you'll gain the discernment to transform your story of scarcity into one of purpose and legacy. Financial struggles for the chosen are not a sign of divine abandonment but tools precisely designed to shape character. Just as gold is refined through fire, these circumstances refine integrity and deepen faith. God doesn't grant abundance before the right time because He knows that spiritual preparation is essential to lead with wisdom. Think about how often we see leaders fall after gaining sudden wealth without the maturity to manage it. In His infinite wisdom, God delays material blessings so that we learn to handle them with justice and alignment to His divine purpose. When scarcity arrives, it reveals internal areas in need of adjustment, how we manage expectations or pride. What looks like lack is often an opportunity disguised as spiritual preparation. It's in these moments that our hearts are fine-tuned to hear spiritual intuition, realizing that solutions don't always come in the form of money, but rather as peace, wisdom, or unexpected connections that change everything. Imagine a business owner who, after bankruptcy, found the strength to start a new venture that impacted thousands. This is exactly how God works. Scarcity also opens the way for a deeper connection with God, where trust is built not on what we have, but on who He is. Resilience formed in these moments creates authentic spiritual leadership, inspiring others through example. Many fight these battles in silence, but each step through the desert draws them closer to their purpose. This reminds us that financial struggles are much more than negative numbers. They are stages of spiritual preparation. Moreover, scarcity serves as an alarm, realigning our values and purpose. How many of us chase superficial goals when God calls us to focus on something greater? Hardship forces us to reevaluate what truly matters, helping us discern between distractions and divine direction. And that, my friend, is a lesson no amount of money can teach. The message is clear. What we face today is not punishment but a school for emotional and spiritual growth. This season invites us to develop contentment. Only when we find peace with what we have are we truly ready to receive more. And it's within this silent growth cycle that spiritual warfare can intensify. Scarcity magnifies the soul. It's during these moments that faith is refined and integrity is tested, as if our character were being molded in God's hands. The chosen must develop unshakable trust, knowing that the true provider isn't money but the Creator. In scarcity, the heart reveals its true motivations. The desire for wealth may give way to a longing for peace and divine purpose. And integrity? It is proven when no one is watching, like choosing honesty in negotiations even when the need tempts shortcuts. Financial trials expose how we respond under pressure. Do we maintain integrity when there's no gold in sight? Or do we succumb to the temptation to manipulate circumstances for immediate gain? These moments are opportunities to cultivate authentic spiritual leadership. Leaders who face scarcity without losing faith become examples of resilience, guiding others with the living testimony that trusting God is worthwhile, even when everything seems to fall apart. There is power in living by faith when nothing is guaranteed. Depending on God builds inner strength that transcends circumstances. Consider Joseph's story, sold into slavery and unjustly imprisoned, yet he never lost his integrity. His faith not only sustained him but prepared him to lead an entire nation. Likewise, each of us can choose to strengthen our trust in divine provision, knowing that God's purpose exceeds any temporary financial situation. These hard experiences also sharpen our spiritual intuition, the inner voice that guides us toward wise decisions aligned with God's will. By cultivating this sensitivity, the chosen learn to say no to what seems advantageous but isn't aligned with their divine purpose. In the long run, this prevents pitfalls that could derail their focus and mission. While money can be a great servant, it makes a terrible master. That's why spiritual preparation is crucial, so that when more is received, integrity and faith remain intact. This balance reveals something deeper, silent preparation for something greater, awaiting the right time to be manifested. God is strategic and never delivers anything before the appointed time. If you find yourself in a season of scarcity, know that spiritual preparation is underway. The divine purpose for the chosen is not just to prosper but to prosper the right way. Receiving abundance without spiritual maturity is like handing a sword to someone who doesn't know how to fight. It poses more risk than benefit. Each financial challenge is a practical lesson where the student gradually learns to lead with wisdom and manage resources responsibly. Frustration often arises from waiting. The question why not yet? Echoes in the heart. But remember, waiting is never a waste. It is a process of alignment. Imagine someone receiving a large inheritance without emotional preparation and ending up bankrupt in a few years. Without adequate spiritual preparation, money can become a burden. In His wisdom, God withholds blessings until the right time so that they can be enjoyed with peace and purpose. During this preparation, resilience is forged. God allows us to experience seemingly impossible situations so that we learn to trust not in what we see but in what we believe. It's not about quick financial gain but about learning to be faithful with little. A practical example of this is practicing tithing and generosity, even in times of scarcity. The one who is faithful with little will inevitably be faithful with much. This is the divine logic that underpins true prosperity. Spiritual intuition is also refined throughout this process. We learn to discern the right time to act and the right time to wait. Not every seemingly good path is the one God intends for you to take. It's in this active waiting that God molds the heart, ensuring material blessings do not steal the divine purpose. And when the harvest time finally arrives, the heart will be ready to not only enjoy but also to share. Abundance given at the right time comes with peace and purpose. Yet at this point, spiritual warfare may intensify as the enemy attempts to shift your focus, drawing you away from your divine mission. Now that you understand financial struggles are part of a spiritual battle, the decision is in your hands. Will you remain trapped in old patterns, or will you take the first step to break these barriers and step into true prosperity? Remember, every choice is an opportunity for victory. Even small actions, like budgeting, tithing, or dedicating time to prayer, make all the difference. What will you do today to start this transformation? Don't wait to fight for the life God has already prepared for you. Share in the comments which areas you need to align with God's purpose. If you're ready to unlock your destiny, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any content that can change your life and help you overcome the enemy. Let's walk this path of faith, spiritual authority, and victory in Christ together. Don't miss out on this journey.